Alright guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel, the Regal Gentleman Studio. Today we've got Ben in the chair. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. So, what can I do for you?
I've got a few pictures actually. So
Show me.
I've been going out since February last year.
Wow.
And now it's just kind of gotten really ridiculously heavy.
Okay.
And I really liked what you did. I think it was with Matthew in your video.
Yeah.
Sort of the Shawn Mendes style.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of sort of that look. Just like less heavy and
You've got better photos than Matthew brought. He brought one. Just one, yeah.
So yeah, that sort of look. I'm not sure if it would fit my hair type.
That's probably more doable.
Yeah, that's sort of what I really liked when I saw it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just sort of a little bit short, still long on top.
Yeah.
But like, you know, not too heavy, and I like the lift he has as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's heavy because it's longer. Yeah. It's quite long, whereas I know his is long, but not nowhere near this long. You know what I mean? So I think if you were to shorten it down a bit, it's very easy to achieve that look. To be fair, yeah, it is. I think I don't know what he's been doing on that picture. He could have been in a shoot, and that's why he's got a little bit of lift in there. His hair does look thicker than yours though, because it's a lot darker. It does look like a lot thicker. Just when he was like shorter haired, because like my little boy likes listening to Shawn Mendes, so I've seen loads of his pictures come up on the screen. So I'm guessing his hair's a bit thicker. That's why there's a bit more lift in it. All right, it doesn't sit as heavy and as flat. When the hair's a little bit finer, because you've got a lot of it, but it's a fine texture. Blonde hair generally is quite fine most of the time. So it will sit a lot heavier. So to get that same look, you might need a little bit of help. All right, whether it's just a little bit of hair, heat at the root just to give that kind of volume there, or we just go a tiny bit shorter. But yeah, it's definitely doable. I think all we need to do is, we think about how short his is, it's up to about here, but it's got that height. So you've got to take into consideration that little bit of height sitting down to about maybe there, okay? Length. So I reckon if we could take off about an inch, maybe a bit more, it might work a little bit better for you. It's just shape, you know what I mean? And a little bit of drying through as well. So, but it's definitely doable. But I think Matthew's was a little bit more, not really, he didn't show me any of the pictures. His was more like the brush back, wasn't it? When he showed us, it was like a wet, I don't know if it was GQ or something like that, it was just brush back. So I'm guessing yours might be slightly different, which would be quite nice as well. So a variation of the looks as well. Yeah. All right, come on. All right, well, let's get you gowned up and we'll get you started, all right? I just had another little look at the photograph then, and just for length as guidance, because I was kind of, we've just been talking about it, and it's a lot shorter than I thought it was. My first impression, I couldn't get Matthew's haircut out of my mind then. So the one I looked at that was actually a little bit shorter than what it was. So I'm going to cut this again, working from the back, basically in a disconnection. Okay, so the top is going to be longer, and everyone it's going to be heavier and longer than everyone else. All right, think our horseshoe section to start with. Now, what we did with Matthews for the Shawn Mendes one was we left the sides, if you remember. So we pulled everything back from by the ear, pulled it to the back. With yours though, you've got enough length. I'm not going to do that on yours. I think you've got enough length that we can work with that, and then just shorten the back down a little bit. Okay. All right, because there's an awful lot of length. Matthew said it was nowhere near that length. What was it about the sort of Shawn Mendes sort of haircut that you like?
I'm not too sure. I thought it would suit me, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I spent ages trying to find a hairstyle that was a bit longer that I thought I could
pull off. Definitely.
Especially with my hair type, and I saw that and just sort of instantly thought,
definitely.
Perfect.
I'm just going to do a really wide section on the sides here. I'm going to cut into the middle of it to really break it up, because we need a lot of texture to really help thin out the sides. Bring that straight down the middle. I'm going to take that section off through there and cut into that. So again, we're leaving a lot of length in there, but we're just taking that section shorter through there. Okay, bring it in from the last section. Pull it out. There's a guide that I'm going to use. I'm just going to put it straight out again. So using that as my guide, the previous section. I'm going to bring that into the centre. I'm going to take that off. Keep working down. There we go. When was your last haircut?
February, the sort of start of February last year.
Wow. So you can see a lot of lengths coming off here, but that is good. We're following our guideline. There we go. There we go. There's a guide. There we go. There we go. Now head that for me, set me. So raise this neckline up a touch. I think if I pop that much, I think it's quite long. Pull it straight out. We'll start on the right hand side. Pull it out. Sliding in with the razor like that. Just working around the edges now, just to break up that curl. A bit of freehand. Back and side is done. Top, what we're going to do now. But I'm going to do it slightly different, okay? Section down the centre, like this. I'm going to start at the back. I'm going to put everything from the back to the front. Just going to leave a top heavier finish. Okay. There's my guide I'm looking for. Pull it straight out and move that in. Right out, there's my guide. Pull it straight out. Just working right the way to the front. Just keeping everything pulled out, elevated up. Oh, it should come off now. There we go, just the tiniest bit. Pull all this down and cut the perimeter at the same time. So the top is heavy. Bring it over the sides, but it all blends in because it's cut to the same length as the perimeter. Like so. So I'm just going to wet the razor through the top now. Working across the side. Just working right into that. I want a bit of weight in there as well, but I just want to break up these curls and try and create that similar sort of look we've been going with. Taking a nice scattered parting. Just sliding through the razor. Got a little point through here. Just that fall a little bit shorter within that section there. Scattered sections just to make it up. Now, bit of salt spray in this.
So you say when I'm actually dry, when I'm trying to style it, I just use the salt spray. Okay.
Now, if you lean at your head on for me, like that, and so lean it into the diffuser. And this will break up and curl like this. Is that look for you? How's that look for you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Happy, yeah?
Yeah, very.
Cool. So what I'm going to do, I know it's a bit big and curly, but what I'm going to do, to get that kind of wetter look, I'm not going to use like a cream, so I'm going to weigh it down so I want the curls to flow. I'm actually going to use hairspray in my hand, like a product, okay? So spray it in. Like that. In your hands. Scrunch it into the hair, like that. What that'll give you is a much like kind of curlier, wetter sort of look. Like so. Right, now it's going to be big. What we do, I'll show you in a second. Straight again. Here, like that. Get a quite a curly finish. What you can do, just get a brush so you get a bit of a sort of looser curl through the hair. Like that. So you get that slightly more height in there. Which I think is very Shawn Mendes-esque in that picture. Here we go. That's that.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Let me show you the back and sides. That's the length we've gone to at the back, so it looks like a fresh cut. So you've got that really big curl at the back there as well. But again, if you let that air dry naturally in the morning, that will just fall into a nice shape.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you, man. That was great. Thank you. When Matthew came in and asked for the sort of Shawn Mendes look, it was a quite slightly different finish. I know it looks quite similar, but the picture Ben showed us was a lot more kind of like a middle part curtains kind of effect. And then you showed me another one, which was pretty much like Matthew's. But with your hair and Matthew's hair, it's two different textures of hair. But what's the beauty of the cut is showing you how to do it on two different textures of hair and different lengths and things like that. So I think the haircuts come out slightly similar. I think yours was probably a little bit, slightly, I would say better, just easier to get that exact look you showed me before because the curls would make it a lot looser. Matthew's hair was quite thick, like really, really thick. Yours wasn't as thick as Matthew's, but to get that weight, that we need to use different product to get the same kind of look. But yeah, it's just a variation of the Shawn Mendes cut. I think it looks great. It suits you so much. Thank you. Really good. Could you just pull your mask down for me a second so it looks like we have the mask on? Yeah, man. That looks really good. Really good. Yeah, I like that a lot. Sweet, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate.
One of the best haircuts I've ever had.
Thanks, man.
One of the
I was
best.
thinking that, Liam. I didn't want to say that, no.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, no.
Top 5?
Top 10.
Top 10. I'll just cut out one.
Just cut that one off, yeah. Yeah, exactly.